How y'all doing out there? What's up, You Will Make It TV followers, viewers, and supporters, and listeners across the globe? We're happy to have you back for another insightful topic with your favorite audio host and Author Tetasheri Whitney. Put those hands together. We thank you for coming back to show your support. Without you guys, we wouldn't be at 1.2K subscribers now. Okay, thank you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you are notified every time we have a new update right here at the You Will Make It TV channel. There's so much more we have to offer, but we want to show you because actions speak louder than words. Today's insightful topic is titled, did, they say allegedly he pretty much revoked, like he stepped out. He suddenly doesn't want to carry on with the paternity suit. So that's what we're here to talk about, and why I believe, how I'm going to make a topic out of this. I believe there's no such things as illegitimate children. That's just like what is that called? To me, it's like a title that they grew comfort in so that people wouldn't have to take responsibility for those children. Of course, any human being, like a wife, a husband, a spouse, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a partner, could get offended that their partner has an outside child. You know what I mean? They could get offended. That's about it. That's still, at that point, once the life is born and it's here, what is there to be mad about? All you can do is be mad about the actions of your partner who did or didn't tell you about the child. Or you can be mad at the person who they had the quote unquote outside illegitimate child with, but you really can't be mad at that child ever. And that's what just interests me most of the story. I wouldn't think nothing of it. We didn't hear at first that the boy had been fighting for years. The young man, I shouldn't say boy, had been fighting for years. He already put his story out there. Say, hey, we believe at this point, somebody paid him to pretty much keep quiet, or I guess drop everything. Do y'all think he's going to follow through with this, or is he just don't care no more? But I don't believe that. Why would you care and then all of a sudden you don't care if that's your dad or not? The news has been crazy lately. I'm not against Rymir or nothing. I'm just saying, as we read between the lines, it's just like, is this the extent people go just to keep the comforts of their lives? And I don't mean in a financial way, the comforts. Like maybe the comfort to Beyonce and Jay-Z is these are our only kids. The one that they had together. That's what's more comfortable for them mentally, emotionally. And then how many other couples think that way? Like, oh, we're just comfortable at this point. Forget anybody from the past. Forget anybody in the future. If it ain't us, we really don't care like that no more. But now, what do y'all think? Do y'all think he might? Is this just a pause? Even if he paid him, because y'all know P. Diddy paid Cassie too. She still ended up, she still ended up in that trial testifying against that man. Let's talk about it. I mean, I think God is wiping that away. The days where people can just pay their way out of the truth. I don't even know if that's ever been possible. It's just people made it their own version of possible. But like, what if people can't do that anymore? But anyways, Cassie did. He had already paid her some money, millions of dollars, right, to quote unquote settle. Like me, I don't know. I would say, what do they do? Take these bribes just to survive at the moment? Do they take these bribes just to, I ain't gonna say bribes, I'm sorry y'all, I shouldn't have said it like that, but do they take these settlement payments just to, it's crazy to think about, like just to survive, like for real? Because if a person to take that money and you still end up in court with them, now you just lost money. For what reason? So I was just wondering, is this what they did with the young man? They paid him, and that's supposed to be like, well, we ain't got to worry about nothing no more. It's crazy. We ain't got to worry about nothing since we got him. We paid him this money. Because sometimes I just feel like for certain damages, I said that on the stream yesterday talking about something else. Certain damages, there is no amount of money that can really repay you for it. You see, sometimes we tell God, God, I don't have enough tongues for the thanks I have to give you for some of the things you've done in my life. See, that's how it is on the other side too when damage is done. Sometimes so much damage has been done. What you said, well, it's a million, a billion can change anything. No, it can't. It ain't finna technically wipe away from the memories of that person what happened to them. I don't know. So settlement is interesting to me. That's just the law and justice side of it, right? You want to make sure that you can get past whatever it is you need to get past and heal with or without the money. I do say money might help you heal a little faster, I guess. I don't know, but is the healing real then? We just threw you $1 million and now you got to stay silent. How is a person healing like that? I don't know. Thank y'all for tuning in again, though. We're happy to have you. Just an insightful topic. What did I say? I feel like there's no such thing as an illegitimate child. It's just a title that they have given specific children and offspring and seeds for the comfort, for their own emotional comfort. Oh, that's the stepchild. That's the illegitimate child. That's the side child. It's a human being, first of all. I'm not here to preach pro and anti-abortion tonight. All I know is once the baby is here, that's another human being that you have laws to abide by and respect on the golden rule, just like you would expect them to respect you. Now, of course, if the baby comes after you, the baby's younger than you. I feel like people be silly with that. Like, how can a baby control how they got her? You know? Which one of y'all ever control how you got here? Or do you guys sit down and ask y'all parents how you got here? We know the sciences to it, but like what their story was, because you'll find out babies come here all kind of way. Every time I talk about this topic, I am going to kind of repeat things I said the last time when I was talking about P. Diddy and Jay-Z and all of these. I'm going to say the same thing to remind people that probably didn't hear me on the other streams. Like, babies have come into this world for a long time through different ways. Then they want to make a title talking about illegitimate child. Like, what is that even? What is that? Just admit that kids come in the world different ways. I'm not excusing some of the ways that we got here either. You see what I'm saying? But that's why you need to already be teaching the kids, not just, oh, sex ed, and this is what's the safest way to do it. Why? Tell them the repercussions, okay? Which I think they've done their best. But they need to be preaching STDs like never before. Preach it, preach it, preach it, install it into people's head. Show it in science class. Show it in health. Show it on the TV if you have to. Show it every day. Instead, you have groups of people rallying angry, talking about where did this come from. Like, come on, bro. It's just been a crazy culture lately. Because it's easier to play the blame game once results and all of that come out. But look, okay, y'all. And then I don't know what it is with the celebrities. Like, all it is, it just be rumors and stuff, really. But sometimes that stuff ain't rumors. You know, and it's just been more of them have these rumors that they're quote unquote sick. Like, what is this? Some smear campaign? It's one of the worst ones I've ever heard. But some of them, you know, you feel like something going on with them. You see what I'm saying? Like, they lose so much weight or they start looking different. Now, I preach that a lot because that's true. Stress can do that to you. And we know in that type of level of lifestyle, them people I'm just not willing to believe all of them that stressed out. And that's why everybody looking sickly. No. And then they like, well, our caliber of money, we could never have a certain disease or filth around us. All I'm saying, it seems like God is showing otherwise. You got the best cleaners and soaps in your house, but some of them walking around with some of the same issues health-wise that people in the hood are, or the streets, or the common people. Like, you're not exempt from STDs. Do people know what that is? And thank you for those that preach that an STD is not just a physical impairment. You can have a spiritual infirmity, okay? When Jesus walked the place, I can feel it. People throwing the apples and oranges again. We don't want to hear that. No, I gotta say this. When Jesus walked through the place, he talked about infirmities a lot. It's like a spiritual strictness, like it's a sickness deeper than your flesh. Come on now. Imagine having lupus in the spirit, cancers in the spirit, bacteria, spiritual bacteria. Don't they sound scary to people? It's like you don't want to build a countenance upon a repentance. I do understand it. That means saying you're sorry for something over and over again, but ain't no way you truly sorry, but the situation is getting worse. At some point, if you're building a true repentance unto the universe, into the world, you putting like, hey, I forgive myself, I forgive people. Ain't no way you still gonna have spiritual infirmities. I just had to speak on that. I'm not trying to be funny. Like, how dare people in a certain income bracket and say I could never have such. Okay, so what is it you to point out somebody's physical filth about anything when you're walking around with the same bacteria and stuff as other people? I know y'all like, who's she talking about? I don't put names on certain messages. I really don't, because I be really talking to Texas. I be really talking to the world. Nobody got to take my advice. By the way, this is just my commentary reaction to that. Reports going around saying, oh, he dropped the suit. He don't want to go through with the paternity suit. He said that's okay. He withdrew. Like, whatever, y'all. I'm telling the media, y'all can tell us that. But a person ain't fighting for all them years for an answer and then just say, never mind. That's crazy. But that's why I'm double checking the narrative now, because he was saying himself, he was never coming out with these truths about who he believed he was for no money. Y'all remember he said that? He said, this ain't for the money. I don't want none of the Carter's money. My mama raised me. We did just fine. They did struggle and stuff, but okay, because you're not filthy rich or whatever. But, he said the whole time him coming out and standing up was more of, and he felt led to do it. Let's say it like that. Like, just to kind of open the eyes of others around him. Like, look, even if I were to try this, like he just attempted to try it, look what we saw. And I say if that was truly his mission, then his mission had been accomplished. Even if he did pull out of the paternity suit all of a sudden. Because I'm like, what? Wasn't they saying recently the test had to be in by a certain date? Here recently in July. That's the only reason I guess that could be revoked if a person say they don't want to go through with it no more. But like, if he say that was his true mission, just to show everybody something, he did that. He did that already. So who cares? But I do say that kind of counter. What is that word where they say you kind of counteract yourself? You going against what he said. He's going against what he said. He said it wasn't for the money. So why are people saying he was paid to pull out? He said it wasn't about the money. I don't think it was about no money then. They probably scared the young man out of moving forward with what he was trying to do. Probably intimidated him. He already talking about some things he was going through. Like, they be really wanting us to think certain things is coincidence or, oh, well, this is just my life. I ain't gonna look into it too much, I just have all these enemies, all these random people mugging me, all these random people. They really want you to, agree with that, because spiritual agreements are real. Even if they don't say the words to you, it's what they start doing to you. And they feel like if you just agree, if you submit to it, that's to them. You cool with it. If it wasn't like that, it would be a different conversation. But people do get you to agree through things, through what you do and don't do, like how you respond to what they're doing to you. It's crazy. I don't even think that's called gaslighting. That's called sneakily getting somebody into a contract that they don't even know nothing about. They just sitting there accepting what you're doing around their environment, And I'm just wondering, was he just, do y'all think, that's what I'm saying. They saying Oh, he took some money to pull out. Well, he said out of his own mouth on interviews, him requesting that test had nothing to do with money. In a minute, I'm finna see if I can find the clip where he said that. He said this ain't about the money. He done said that I don't know how many times that it wasn't about the money. What I'm saying is they should start listening to those type of victims. Like, then you wondering why Cassie took the money and still ended up in court. You see what I'm saying? Even she got a settlement. That didn't stop her from... So what do they be paying them for? Or is God, that's the call right there. God blowing the trumpet on it. Like, nope, y'all not finna pay nobody else. I want all the truth out. Or he's showing it don't matter what you pay people. The truth is going to come out. He's the truth. You can't put God in a box like that. Y'all probably like, what God got to do with Jay-Z and his illegitimate son? I just don't believe in that word illegitimate. That's what they be calling them, illegitimate kids. Side children. You can put that label on adults. Side chick, side dude. You can't put that on no child that didn't ask to be here. All you can do is be mad at the parent. It's like, really? I just be wondering, it ain't my business. Do Beyonce be like, does she understand that? You can only be mad at that man. It ain't the son's fault. Especially if he was here before they was even together. I was just pointing out it really is women like that in the world who be more encouraging a man. Y'all thought these men just be out here don't taking care of their kids. Maybe they're scared to say it, but it's because they have a woman somewhere in the background telling them that, that ain't your kid. Don't take that test. Yeah, y'all wouldn't believe the distraction. I'm convinced somebody be throwing negative energy every time I speak on certain things. That's what I'm convinced on. But it's just my opinion. It's like a fact to me. It's probably not a popular fact. It's probably not a popular fact, like I said, but it is a fact. You would think another woman is doing nothing short of encouraging a man she's close to if she know that a child could be his. I'm staying on that. People want to hurry up and erase it. Well, he decided to get off of it. Stop talking about us. No, we're using you guys as examples. Since you're so influential, we're using you as an example. Shouldn't more women be encouraging the men they claim to love so much to go after taking care of their kids? Not just the kids they have with them. That's all. We don't be that. They want to say that so bad, like, oh, they be out here talking about us. No, we're using you just like as a prime example. You're one of the biggest influences of the world today. The Carters are influence. I'm not here to dig in their money, how many loans they've been taking out, how much they're worth. I could care less. But I know that they're very influential people. Anything she wear, a clothesline she come out with, women gonna want to wear it. Anything she sing, they want to sing it. Anything Jay-Z doing, I guess they're trying to make them the new models of the black face of the black community. So I have a right to speak up on some of the things that I noticed with their influence they could be doing a little better with. That's all I was saying. Until I'm on their level, which I never said I was trying to be, or get there one day with their level of influence, I just know once you catch on to that, like, oh my God, I'm an influential person. It's kind of selfish to not think about how your choices are influencing others. I can say that firsthand. I can't say that. Okay, but I'm not done living either. I'm not as old as Jay-Z and Beyonce, but I don't know. Something is not trustworthy about a man who don't tell you about his kids. But you know he is. You know he is with you, and he know yours, but you don't know his kids from the past. That's been a big issue for a long time in black communities. If y'all gonna be the face, the influential faces for us, then people need to know the truth. That doesn't exempt them, the Carters, from this truth. I'm sorry. Anyways, the Knowles family though, they seem to be a respectful people. Like, this is what I mean. It seemed like the dad, Beyonce's dad, he come out and give his own opinion sometimes, because y'all know he had a lot to do with the hand in her early days of success, as far as managing her and stuff. Like, bro, what are you doing to my daughter's image? I feel him with that. Like, what are you doing with her image? You running from DNA tests, blah, blah, blah. Maybe he just feels like it's not good for the image, but I feel like it's deeper than image to him. He himself is a black man. And as we know, I'm not saying he perfect, but he has had other kids too, outside of Miss Tina Knowles. And from what I see, he takes care of them. They might not be in the headlines every day as Beyonce's sisters and brothers, and they small kids like my kids, for real. Some of his kids ain't even 16 yet, probably, you know. But he has them, and I wouldn't say he's hiding them. He not finna hide them just because he's Beyonce's dad. We just don't hear as much. You almost just got to go look it up. Like, hey, did Tina Knowles have any other kids, or did her dad, did Beyonce's dad have any other kids? I forgot his name, Matthew. Respect to them though, because at least they didn't just sit in the back like quiet about it. They actually seemed to care. Like, and it seems like in their opinion, they was saying too he need to take the test. You see? Anyways, when you're the wife or spouse of somebody, y'all parents can say whatever they want to say. It's y'all marriage. You know how that go. It's your marriage. It's your marriage. That's your husband, daughter. But look, they seem to have a lot of influence. That's something I was paying attention to. Like, once again, you're not picking at them. You're using their real life story as a influential insightfulness topic, because families really do go through this. It's not just Beyonce and Jay-Z. The woman be minding her business, doing what the woman's supposed to do. 20 years done pass by and the son pops up. Literally, that happens to everyday people in the world too. And they've been married for years and she ain't never heard of the son or the daughter. That's why I said, why get mad at that child? You need to talk to that man or that woman. You hear it mostly more with men than women, because a woman, she can't really just hide her baby unless she had a baby before and she, for some reason, didn't keep it. And that would be her story. But I still would say she shouldn't lie about it. You say you love that person you with. Why they can't know about the baby you didn't keep? Because people feel like that's private. You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to see what I feel about it. They feel like it's private. If I already gave the kid up, if I already gave it up for adoption or had an abortion, I don't have to explain it to anybody. I would just say to a person you love, like, why they can't know? People be nosy about everything else. So why don't people be digging more into who people kids is? It speaks for itself. I'm asking rhetorical questions. It ain't because I don't know. I'm putting it out there. Why? They don't. They just believe you. If you tell a person you got 3, 4 kids, when y'all meet one kid, that's what they believe. They don't go digging into, obviously they don't. Because people rather believe that you're telling them the truth the first time. That don't mean people that don't mean people do. They don't even be full-blown truthful about their backgrounds and other stuff. So you think they're telling you about all their kids? I say, when will we move forward to the day where that you can sue somebody for that? Really, if y'all married and they didn't tell you about their kids, I don't see how that's not wrong. Maybe I'm not looking at it right. Because sometimes I talk faster than the thought I was actually trying to put out there. But something is wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? Why are you hiding them? See, if I'm your spouse and something happened to you, and I'm the like kind of like enforcer, I want to be around to make sure everybody got what they were supposed to get when you pass away, and I'm not on no dirty stuff with money. Why wouldn't I want you to know about all your kids? Why? You see what I'm saying? How can a person properly disperse all funds when somebody passed away, all assets and everything like that, and they don't even know about the person, all their kids? So boom, there we have it. That's why I feel like certain kids, they already be trying to move them out the way, y'all. Like, some of these babies don't make it to 25 before people are already trying to do that. Whether Rymir would have stepped up and asked for more justice about his life or not, it would have been people out here going through that. I'm happy to see we're moving in a day where it's being more publicized. Like, look how people be having these kids out here. They wives don't even know about. You see? Not saying Beyonce didn't know. See, this applies both ways to men and women, because some of these women done had young babies too. I firmly believe that. I believe some of these women had babies, not just in the industry, like really out here. Y'all don't really know people like you think you know them until you know how many kids they truly done had in their lifetime. I don't know, but I think it's interesting. That's why people might ask, well, how many kids you got, Miss Whitney? Okay, I say 4, truthfully. But am I being fully truthful? If I don't owe nobody that information, but I might say, but I had 3 miscarriages in life. So they'll be like, oh, so you would have had 7. No, don't you think if this and that baby made it here, some of these wouldn't have been the babies they are today. But that's when you're talking about miscarriage. Like, do people ever catch that? That means you would have also carried that baby too for 9-10 months. So how would the one that's here be here? You see what I'm saying? They just feel like, oh, so you would have had more kids if you didn't have this and that miscarriage. That's not how I look at it. I feel like, no, that would have been the kid here. Actually, I have an even deeper perception. Like, I feel like when it comes to my miscarriages, those babies are still here. I feel like they still came here. Like, when people are meant to be here, that's what I'm saying. When a soul is meant to exist here, I just believe at this point in my life, it's going to get here. You know what I mean? And even when you try to do your best to get rid of a soul or a life, if that soul is meant to come back here, because they be like, 1 minute she's talking about this faith, the next she's talking about reincarnation. I believe in it. I believe God have the power to do anything he want to do. When it's his will, and his will is done. That's why in the Lord's Prayer say, it's a part in there that says, thy kingdom come, thy will be done. Don't y'all know God's will ain't gonna look like my will? They seen my life. I saw what they felt about my will. They took it as a joke. Everything that was my own personal self-will, no matter who they is, we all gonna have a day to talk about at some point in our life. We all been mocked, ridiculed, something. Bullied, pointed to, looked down on, whatever. That's what I'm talking about. They too busy trying to, who is the they she's talking about? No, the they is them, their, y'all know. But what I was finna say is I feel like those miscarried babies, I don't even bring it up no more. I feel like they here. But that's my personal belief. They here living with me right now. Because God's will and the will of a witch, or a will of a counselor, or a will of a therapist, a will of a lawyer, it still might not be the same as their will. We all got free will. Like, what do people not get about that? So the day I bowed my head and prayed in serious prayer and said, Lord, your will be done. You see what I'm saying? That's where it get dangerous for the devil, because that's one person will he's never been known to stop. Mine, probably so. There's probably evidence up and down on the path of my life of the devil putting his hand in my will. Like, just putting his hand on what's my will. Literally. Like, oh, her will is to get up and sing today. I want to mess with her voice. Or her will, it was to pay this bill, but I want to play with her money. Her will was to do this, and the third, and I want to touch her will. Hello. Hi, Miss Jones. But God's will is a whole different topic. And so people need to understand what they're saying when they say the Lord's Prayer to me. It's just actually insightful to think about. Because as we see, every parent's will is not to... You can have it. Here. Some people's will is not to do that. I hate to say it in those words. That's exactly what it is, though. Like, he knew about that. And then I'm saying, just because that girl and Rymir came out, it might be other kids. He might even have other kids. But I was saying they go for men and women. Some of these women that I was speaking on my personal experience with miscarriage, but I have not had an abortion experience personally. And even miscarriage sometimes can be against your will. So who was that? It ain't the baby will. The baby don't even know what's going on. They'd be like, oh, well, miscarriage is innocent. I would say so, too, depending on how it happened. Because there's a certain way you should be taking care of yourself. You should be aware that you're even carrying a child. If you are, the sooner you are, the quicker you have an opportunity to take care of your health in a better way now that you know you're pregnant. Because it's not, once again, what are we teaching? It's not the baby's will that it ends up in the womb sac. But it is the will of either. It has to be the will of at least one party. That's another quote they need to stop saying too. Like, it takes two to tango. Well, what is great then? Like, what is that? So when somebody's will is overtaken and they're forced into that act, and a baby is created anyway. But that's why I started the stream reminding everybody, babies have come here so many different ways. And some of them be the ones to grow up and do some of the most powerful things in their life, because they probably technically were born outside of somebody's will. That's why the woman will continually be the most powerful creature to me in the world. So many of them have given birth to children against their will. They just try to keep those stories quiet for whatever reason. No, it needs to come out. People know. That's exactly why this case right here is interesting. Everybody thought it was very interesting. Like, oh, why Jay-Z don't want people to know if that's his son or not? People say that's fishy. When the boy looked just like you. They said it could be nothing else but that boy's mom was underage at the time, you know. And they usually carry the same thing like, oh, well, she lied to me about her age. It doesn't matter how you spin it, my friends. Babies have come into this world different ways. Why do y'all think a lot of them are in the foster care? They were born through unfortunate circumstances, and maybe the state had to come in and take care of the baby because dad's in prison, mom is on drugs, like people being there for different reasons. Or their parents pass away, like we talk about the Lilo and Stitch topic a lot here at You Will Make It TV. The parents pass away. That would be another example of something happening against a child's will that they can't even control. Or the parent was taken away from them somehow. And that's why they become foster and orphan children, you know? But I think it's crazy when kids are taken away from privileged parents for whatever reason, especially when the reason is just that the privileged parent didn't want anything to do with a child that did not ask to be here. So some are just saying already they think that this is not over. He's just withdrawing for now. People say they do not think this is over. He did not fight this many years to get a paternity test just to not get one. That's what they're saying. But we'll see. Only time will tell. I was just reminding everybody, he never said it was for the money. He said he wanted to prove his point. Like, let's see what happened. If I fight, do y'all know how many lawyers and different things he had to go through? How much his life was threatened? How much bullying and intimidation he might have had to suffer just waiting on the results, you see? And now he's suddenly drawn out of it. He don't want to do it anymore. Let's keep that young man in our positive thoughts and prayers, because I sure will be. When we try to put ourselves in somebody else's shoes, it's crazy, you know? Because it's no telling what he probably does experience, because he say everybody in his neighborhood he from knew his mama. They just the one telling him, you know you Jay-Z's son, right? How many of y'all have seen somebody just around your local neighborhood lately that you feel like looked like a certain celebrity? Y'all really can't lie. Well, I'll speak on it. It doesn't matter where I am, anywhere I've ever been. I feel like I've always seen somebody that looked like Rihanna, that looked like Beyonce, that looked like Chris Brown, and that ain't even a kid. You see? But in his situation, they've been telling him since he was a little boy, Jay-Z was his dad. It was just like one of the street rumors. You gotta respect where he's from. They did say Philadelphia was a real place, and I don't mean the reality of it. I mean, like, as far as the people, that's where a lot of some of our favorite rappers were born and raised today. The East Coast, New York, Philly, all them places over there. Okay. I just wanted to come and give my reaction and commentary to this most updated news. That's why I titled it Part 2. And I guess Part 3 will be when we see what comes out of these paternity results with this. Do y'all think that this is it? This is over? They say they feel like he paid the boy to go on about his way. And they said the timing is impeccable because it's just crazy. Like, even the celebrities, everybody watching the pockets and everything is crazy. Like, they was like, y'all know that's probably why she been on tour doing all them concerts so they could get some money for the son. I mean, even if that's the case, so what? At least they tried to gather something together for him, because right is right and wrong is wrong. But you wouldn't have had to rush and try to give him no money had you been doing what you're supposed to do the whole time. What wife wants to rush and do concerts at the end in the boy's 30 years? Now he's 30 something. Now you want to, okay, well, let's give him some money. That's crazy. By now, he could have been his own established business company, anything he wanted to do, had they been in his life sooner. So I wouldn't say that's Beyonce's fault. Did she know about him? That's the question. And now that her parents know, they have been speaking up. Like I said, respect to Beyonce's dad, because that man there got kids my kid's age right now. And he's not hiding them. He just, what do you call it? They swear if you're not just promoting it and advertising it every day, you hiding your kids. It's not them. People, once they on that level, their kids is not y'all business. But anyways, I wouldn't say that Matthew Knowles is hiding his kids. He's always been known to have like this fatherly figure presence. Even with Destiny's Child, all those girls in Beyonce's group looked at Beyonce's dad as a father. I wonder does Jay-Z know that? They came over, they was like sisters to her. As y'all see at some of the concerts, her Kelly Rowland still come and support. They don't call each other best friends. They call each other sisters, no matter how long their group been broke up. And who do we have to thank for that? Not just Tina Knowles, but the dad, because he was their manager. You can't be with a woman whose dad is that into family. He says he believes in black family. He was even married to his wife. But I'm saying no wife is exempt from this. Even Tina Knowles saw that her husband had outside kids. He for sure had outside women when he felt like it. They swear, like, I feel like ain't no love spell on this earth that's gonna stop a man from cheating. Actually, I'm scared if a man is too perfect. It's like, wow, you didn't look at another woman. You ain't, it ain't even crossed your mind. You ain't even cheated a little bit. I'm actually grown to a point of maturity where, not saying I agree with men that that's just their nature and there's nothing we can do about it, but I'd rather believe that than to go conjure up some stuff trying to make him be the perfect man for me. We're seeing through some of our favorite idols and celebrities right now, and they couldn't do it. They got some of the best smelling perfumes, beds and luxury furniture. They go on all kind of trips and they're used to it. That still don't mean their man is not messing with the assistant. Got him a side chick somewhere, and it always comes out through these babies, so they like to call them illegitimate children. I think they're all love children. If you ask me, He saw something in the woman that he cheated with, so he had a baby with it. What woman is bad enough to stop her man from doing it? Now, Jay-Z, that's a Rolling Stone. He should come out with a hit called Rolling Stone. It would be great for publicity right now. Because the old version went like this. Papa was a Rolling Stone. Wherever he laid his hat was his home. Y'all sing it with me. And when he died, all he left was alone. See how they celebrated that once upon a time in the black neighborhoods? They actually, I wouldn't say celebrated, but they at least acknowledged that something like a Rolling Stone is very real, especially in the industry. Any industry, like, they got all this money, you know the women coming. And here the women is trying to whip they men with wands and love spells, trying to keep them in line. Like, no, we just gonna be rich and happily ever after together. It hasn't went like that for too many women. Most of these celebrities cheat. What do you mean? That's why some women, they done surrender to it. They said, oh, well, yep, I know my man cheats. I allow him to, but he ain't going nowhere. I really can't be mad at them. At least they've accepted it, you know. These people gonna do what they want to do. I'm trying to hit the like button on my own stream right now. Shout out to whoever hit it and then unclicked it, because that was crazy. I saw it when it happened. I just want to shout out some of our chat contributors tonight. Happy Meal Pay, shout out to you from You Will Make It TV. Y'all stay tuned too. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We got raffles and lots of fun other stuff coming soon. And I'm gonna try to do my gifts to where I don't have to mail you anything, guys. There's totally such things as like digital gift cards and different rewards and accolades where we can show our appreciation for your support on our channel. Trey Stubbs 1538, shout out to you from the You Will Make It TV platform on tonight. H Dubs 06I, shout out to you. Soldier McClear, shout out to you. Phyllis Paysor, shout out to you. Liz Diaz, shout out to you. And GTG, shout out to you. I want all of you guys to know you will make it. All you got to do is believe it and put the rest of your will in God's hands, right? God knows our will more than anybody, because that's a lot of, sometimes it's a fearful thing for people to surrender their will to anybody. You got to be able to trust somebody to do that. Like, oh, just forget what I want. Here you go, God, you take over. I'm encouraging people it's okay to let God take over in that way, because he knows your will better than Satan does. Satan knows your will too. He's even looking to control it. He wants to influence. He say, oh, well, you want to be a millionaire? I want to influence how you become a millionaire. You want to be a star? I want to influence the way you become a star. That's what the devil's will would look like. God desires to influence us in a positive way, lead us to paths of righteousness that will not have us led through the path of the valley of the shadow of death. Sometimes we do have to cross there, but nobody should have to just walk through the valley of the shadow of death all their life. You know what I'm saying? I feel like now that is not something that God will do. But at least you know that when you're trusting him with your will, when you put your will in God's hands, it does turn into his will. Only he has the power to do that. It's like your will, you still get the victory, but his glory is shown through the way he allowed your will to come, because you put your will in his hands. Y'all have a beautiful Thursday night out there. We love you. We might be back with another Insightfulness topic tonight, because I do just feel like working. But we'll be right back here. Same bat time, same bat place. Tomorrow night with another Insightfulness Topics. Feel free to tune into our short section of the You Will Make It TV channel, where we have lots of daily inspirational quotes. Just to keep you inspired along the way. That's what we love to do here, you know. And if you have some inspirational quotes, no matter how anonymous you'd like to stay, feel free to forward those over to us so we can share them at soulworkimages11@gmail.com. You can also find that email in the description section of this live. that I'm recording today. Leave your opinions in the comments. Where do y'all think that this trial will go next? Do you think he's just gonna stay removed from this, or do you think that this will be like another Cassie and Diddy situation where maybe he was paid to withdraw out of it, but he might still choose to come back around and fight another way? Who knows? But shout out to the Rymir's family and loved ones, and we just want to keep him in our positive thoughts and prayers, because it's just unheard of. Ain't nobody fighting that many years for the truth just to say, oh, well, I don't care no more. Unless he's like me and just put it in God's hands. That's very real too. Because the rest of us, our job was just to watch and observe and kind of see how something like that would look. We know out here, any one of us, they will garnish your wages for child support. It's been news. Actually, that's going to be my next topic, about how creditors have been threatening to sue people who have been owing them for a long time. They're not waiting on you to pay it back no more. They are garnishing wages, right? And I feel like celebrities should not be exempt from that. If you owe child support and you got kids out here, take the test, because the rest of us, they're making sure that we taking care of our kids and spending the money how we supposed to be spending it and stuff. So they should not be exempt from that. Thank you guys for your time, and until next time.